Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
The forewarned weather team tracking the chances for a mix of rain and snow moving in for your Saturday night. And that's where we begin here tonight at 6 o'clock. What a day today. It is cold. We saw some snow, and it sounds like things are changing again.
Yeah, this morning's snow was pretty much the ideal scenario. It was on grassy surfaces, elevated surfaces. The roads were a little wet, but some of us could do that again as we go through the evening and into the overnight hours tonight. Exact Track 4D radar, a little bit of snow already starting to show up to the north and west of Metro Detroit, Saginaw, down toward Oswasso, into the north of Lansing. That's about it for now, and I think the best chances for any kind of wintry weather tonight will be in our northern communities heading up into the thumb. Outside of that, plenty of cloud cover at 6 o'clock tonight, sitting at 36 right now here in Detroit, 34 in Howell, 34 over in Pontiac, and 36 right now as you work over into Adrian. The cloud cover stuck around all day long, but we're starting to see just a little bit of moisture work through the northern and central portions of the state. This is our upper level disturbance that'll move through overnight tonight and into early tomorrow morning. So I am going to keep the chance of an isolated wintry mix in, especially in our central and northern communities. Temperatures slowly falling into the mid-30s by the time we get to midnight tonight. But then we've got better chances for wintry weather on the way looking ahead into next week. I'll break down what you can expect in your complete forewarned forecast. That's coming up in just a few minutes. With winter weather in the forecast, now's the time to download that forewarned weather app, Exact Track 4D radar, Future Track, everything you need, and weather alerts, all in the palm of your hand. You can get it in the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. Just search WDIV. Sandra.
All right, Brian, thank you. Our other top story tonight, it has been a decade, 10 years since Eastern Michigan University student Julia Neiswender was found murdered in an off-campus apartment bathtub. Jacqueline Francis joins us now live from Monroe County as the family continues its search for justice. Jacqueline?
As you said, it's been exactly 10 years to the day since Julia Neiswender was murdered. Her body was found in a bathtub off campus. She was an Eastern Michigan University student at the time. It's been 10 years and still her killer has not been caught. Something that continues to haunt family and friends who returned to her gravesite today to decorate for the holidays. Julia was just 23 years old when she was killed. Her mother speaking with us about the cold case they'll never give up on.
It's been 10 years too long. It feels like 20, 30. Every day that goes by that her case isn't solved, it's harder and harder.
Julia's mom, along with other family members and friends, are gathered inside there. They came here from the cemetery after they decorated those graves, as you saw in the video. We'll have much more coming up later tonight. Reporting live in Petersburg, Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
All right, Jacqueline, thank you. Now to an update on a story we're following for you tonight. The search continues for a gunman who shot 4 people outside of the Westin Book Cadillac Hotel in downtown Detroit. Security video here shows the moment gunshots were fired. This was right around 11:30 on Thursday night. Detroit police say the victims were, in fact, all targeted. Chief James White says police believe 2 groups were having a conflict with each other earlier that night. Police are hoping someone will recognize this SUV here. This SUV was seen speeding by in that video. They do believe the suspect vehicle was waiting across the street for the victims to get there. And as you can see here by this photo, it's a newer model Jeep Grand Cherokee, and it has red brake calipers. If you have any information at all, call Detroit Police. A Michigan State Police helicopter was hit by a green laser while patrolling Detroit last night. Police say the suspect was already identified, and Detroit police actually found the man and the laser on Detroit's east side. We're being told police are seeking felony charges in connection with this case. In Macomb County, state police arrested a 23-year-old man after a traffic stop yesterday. This was on M53, and take a look at this here. He was stopped because of an expired license plate, but police say they saw loose bullets in the back seat of the car. Police say they got permission to search the car, and this is what they found. They found a 9mm pistol. The driver did not have a CPL. Police say he was arrested for carrying a concealed weapon, having expired plates, and also driving without any insurance. The death of American journalist Grant Wahl sending shockwaves through the sports world today after he collapsed and died while covering the World Cup in Qatar. The U.S. soccer community, among others, now paying tribute while a cause of death remains unclear. Isabel Rosales has the very latest.
He believed in advocacy. He was somebody who always wanted the game to be better, and he wanted to root out corruption.
The death of U.S. sports journalist Grant Wahl coming as a major shock to the sports world. On Friday, he collapsed while covering the FIFA World Cup in Qatar. A journalist who was near Wahl says he was treated for about 20 to 25 minutes in the stadium before he was moved to the hospital.
Suddenly, colleagues up to my left started shouting for medical assistance. The medical team were there pretty quickly and, were able to, as best they could, give treatment.
Meanwhile, U.S. Soccer tweeting, the soccer community is heartbroken by the news, saying, "We are devastated that he and his brilliant writing will no longer be with us." Tennis great Billie Jean King posted this message. A talented journalist, Grant was an advocate for the LGBTQ community and a prominent voice for women's soccer. NBA star LeBron James also sending his condolences to the family of the man who wrote the iconic Chosen One story on James, then a high schooler for Sports Illustrated in 2002.
Anytime his name will come up, I'll always think back to me as a teenager and having Grant, in our building down at St. V. So it's a tragic loss. It's unfortunate, to lose someone as great as he was.
In an episode of the podcast Football with Grant Wahl, published December 6, he had complained of feeling unwell. So far, a cause of death has not been released. I'm Isabel Rosales reporting.
And Grant Wahl had made headlines back in November by reporting that he was detained and briefly refused entry to a World Cup match because at the time he was wearing a rainbow T-shirt in support of LGBTQ rights. He said he received apologies from a FIFA representative and also a senior member of the security team there at the stadium. So much more to come right here on Local 4 News at 6. Here's Megan Woods.
While it wasn't much to us, the light snow made a difference at the local slopes. We tell you how coming up.